Right? And in here, got some people in here, right? Christopher Gooden, Musa D, Asiatic Mathematics, the Wordsmith, Jasim, Raphael Statura. So yeah, Divine Son. So right now we went back to experimenting today. I'm broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook. So just a heads up, if I have any technical difficulties, that's the Facebook probably, and I'm gonna log off and log back in if need be. But right now, it appears to be going good. We got Jigga 1017 SW. We got Divine God. Peace. Can I touch on the lessons getting online? What you mean, like how they got online? But yeah, today we broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook. So shout out and welcome back to all the Facebook people. You know, I started having a little bit too much technical difficulties, so I had to cut that out for a minute. But it appears to be while we don't put the lessons online. I mean, you know, for me, it's just the simple reality that look, the lessons was around for 30 plus years before we applied the mathematics to it and came to the understanding of life that we see right now. You understand what I'm saying? So if you giving it out, you know what I'm saying, so that you could build something a little more similar to the NOI, then that's, you know. But the reality is that, you know, it's a mode of transmission for everything that exists. Like right now, you know, we dealing with this crisis, right? And they say that, you know, it's contagious in different ways. Like it's certain ways how you catch it. It's certain ways how you catch HIV. It's certain ways how you catch a cold. It's certain ways how you catch malaria, how you catch a rash. It's the mode of transmission for this knowledge is mouth to ear. Other than that, you might have some symptoms that people mistake for the real thing, but that's not the real thing. Queen Mecca came in, Divine Son. Well, yeah, Divine Son brings up a good point here too. Is that a lot of times when you deal with it online, see, and that's what goes to show you. See, like yesterday we was dealing with the equality in and the equality out. That's what goes to show you that, you know, when you get it offline, you know, yeah, now you got the supreme wisdom out there. You know what I'm saying? You might find some copies of ours, you know, whatever it is. But you have no way of knowing what your equality is, your equality in is. You have no way of knowing that. Our fly phrase, District 120 came in. Queen Mecca, peace to Queen Mecca. Asiatic Mathematics said, I got a Lao Tzu quote I want you to build because your last stream I heard you talk about people who don't care what other people think. And what was I saying about that? SW said they have to be taught. I never came across an accurate set of alleged lessons online, not 120. And that's the situation. Because most people, even if you get introduced to this online, or you get introduced to anything anywhere, you want to deal with the real thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to pay for NBA tickets to see the dudes that play in the park that you could have went and seen for free. And you can't get the real thing. You know what I'm saying? What I do on here is not a thing you can memorize. It's a way of life that I could express because I got experience with it. You know what I'm saying? The lessons is not a set of facts to memorize. It's an experience. Queen Mecca said, what if you never knew you had HIV, but God talks to you? If you never knew you had it, but God talks to you. Yeah, you gotta break that one down. I don't understand. Mr. Green One. 793rd came in. Well, I was gonna deal with, you see, the topic for the day is who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Let's get Raphael Statura in here. He in the background. What's the deal, Raphael?
Yo, all good. Peace to the gods. I just came on
Peace,
that.
what's the deal?
Yeah, all good, man. Just came on that because I had some difficulties on YouTube. So and I just stayed like this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you do better in the background right there?
I don't know. I
All
gotta
right,
get used
so
to it.
I'm gonna put you on mute for a minute while we get
All
into the
good.
topic, all right?
Alright, peace.
Now that's Raphael Statura coming to us out in Poland. Which to me that's just, that the knowledge has reached Poland. Not that it's not worthy of having reached Poland, but just that you know, coming from the days when everybody was right around here. Like when we say, like, back in the days that, listen, if you didn't come outside, we came in your house. You can't do that when people in Poland and Japan, you know what I'm saying? But just having been there, and to see other times, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I ask the older guys, Yeah, that was my fault right there. I ended up kicking the power button. You know, but y'all know I told y'all I'm an amateur broadcaster. I should have had the power button in another place anyway. But getting back to what I was saying with Rafael Strutura is that I was saying that, sometimes I ask the older guys that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it like to, like if you had the knowledge, like some brothers had the knowledge when it was 50 brothers. Like if you had the knowledge when it was 55 percenters, you know, what is it like now? You know what I'm saying? To see the nation all over the world. Yeah, Rafael, yeah, I kicked the power button. You know what I'm saying? That was we did a little amateur hour, but that's over now. See, the good thing about this program is that it keeps the stream going. Even if something happens over here, it's all still going through this program somehow. You know what I'm saying? So that to me is still something that just like yesterday when I was saying that sometimes the equality that you get back is not necessarily in a material way for you. You know what I'm saying? But it's just something where it's like, yeah, that I get a kick out of that. Just seeing that as brothers and, even look, like I was saying to Fly Phrase, is to me, brothers being in Rhode Island and Washington State and all these different places that I didn't even, when I was growing up, I didn't even know it was original people there. And now people is over there manifesting the same signs. So, yeah, that's gets me excited somehow. Baba Raba is tuning into us on Facebook right now. Shout out to Baba Raba. We got here Asiatic said. All right, so the quote you got here is the Lao Tzu said, care about what other people think and you will always be their prisoner. That's one of the things that's a fine line to that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to live your life, right, according to a history that somebody's writing that's not a part of your cipher. You understand what I'm saying? But if you steal all the time, so people think you a thief, and something comes up missing, then you're gonna care. If your child, thinks that you some kind of negative beast, and that he grows up to be this same negative beast because he's following you, then you're gonna care what people think. Some things, and I don't want to belittle what they saying and saying that it don't count. But I'm saying with everything that you deal with, if you Elijah Muhammad and you got an army of NOI and FOI out there, right, doing the labor, then yeah, you can afford to eat one time a day. Just, little Navy beans or whatever. But if you out there chopping trees, lumberjacking or something, then that's not as practical to you. You understand what I'm saying? And you gotta realize that that's a science dealing with the Eastern and the Western sciences. The Eastern science is more internal, whereas the Western science is more external. You see what I'm saying? So the Eastern science is more concerned about, what's going on inside, and what strengths you building up inside, whereas the Western science is more dealing with, how you relate to everything else and the strength you building up on the outside. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be controlled by other people's thoughts and the laws that they establishing in the history that they writing for themselves, where they just using you as useful land in a pawn. Then you being caught up. But when we go out there to teach, you care what people think. If you go to get a job and people think you smell bad, you're not going to get the job. You know what I'm saying? So, in the end, it also comes down to, what are these qualities? What are the qualities too that you're dealing with? You know what I'm saying? Like, the statement is not false, but you got to deal with each individual, because it's like, okay, do I care what you think that I don't have on the newest pair of Michael Jordans? That's one thing. But do I care if, what I'm saying, people in the community, what I'm saying? Like, you can't say that you being the example and all of this. You're an example to people think something about you. You know what I'm saying? So, that's also what it got to. That's what it deals with too. You know what I'm saying? What's the quality about you that you being caught up in other people thinking and how they think about you? A God Education. A God Education has he comes in the comments often. He has some things I guess he wanted to add on to with us. You know what I'm saying? SW said, I want to be seen as wise, so I'm going to be aware of what I do and how I do it. So by default, I'm going to be wise in my dealings. Right. What he's saying is that you still got to interact with all these people. So to say you don't care what other people think that you interacting with, like, look, when I go around someplace, right, I want the people to think that I'm not to be fucked with. I don't want them to think that I'm a Vic. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, it is a fine line. And, even you caring what people think, that has to be based on your values and not based on their values. You see what I'm saying? So if based on your values, I'm saying, look, I want to be able to walk where I want to walk. That's my value. So I want people to know that, look, I come in peace and I go in peace. That's what I want people to think. Ajax Mathematics said, like social media, people who get their dopamine highs from how many likes they get. Right, exact. Yeah. See, now you just talking about social media. Now you being a prisoner because this is something that's not on the level of 7. This is not on our level. This is something that's trapped up in the realm of 6. So if you caring too much about what's in that realm of 6, where you just talking about people's approval, that's something different too. When you say what people think about you versus people's approval. Like, it's people that may not approve of what you do, but they respect you. So to say I need everybody's stamp, yeah, that's what Lao Tzu is saying. That you don't need everybody's stamp of approval. But in order for us to interact, you know what I'm saying, what we think about each other when we visit each other's minds, that's a part of equality. You know what I'm saying? Let's get Divine God in the background. Peace to the God.
Peace, God. Peace. Yeah, I had asked that question because I'm in a few forums, and you know better than anybody in this damn group that got that. Like, that's kind of how I found the Cypher guy, because I found B God. I was like searching from where I was at, and I couldn't find the guys in person. And that's how I found B God. So then B God started telling me, different stuff about different gods. And I wanted to get out and meet with the true living in person, guy. You know what I mean? Like, when you get it online, you kind of scared. Like, when you get it online, that's the only way you're gonna really even know how to communicate it. And so I told her brother, I said, yo, if you get it online from Google, you're not gonna remember how it sounded. So it's gonna make it kind of harder to remember it. He didn't understand what I meant by that. Like, you didn't get no fucking sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't get it in sound. So you're not gonna remember the tone. I'm like, so even when the person call your phone, you're like, oh, peace, God. Like, you don't get that from Google. You hear like the monotone shit, like, or however you read it. You don't even really get it. You don't even hear the happiness and the culture. It's like, Google can't teach you some certain things, and people are arguing about that. And so when they argue about it, it's like, yo, I'm definitely gonna teach the babies, because they not finna argue with me. They're gonna ask questions to understand what I'm saying, not sit here and keep trying to ask questions to try to like put me in the corner, guy. That shit is fucking aggravating. So I was wondering if you knew how to like address that simpler, because you've been in the nation way longer than me. So like, if you knew a way to address that shit, that's all. Like, why we don't get this shit online? Like, I'm sure people ask you that, and you probably like, you've been observing for longer than me, so I'm sure you got a way better, a way stronger wisdom and experience on that, guy. And that shit is like fucking God, I'm telling you, man.
You hit something key when you said in terms of how many senses, right? How many senses you using to
to observe it. Yeah, to take it in.
If you using A Guy Education, I just put the link right there. You gotta click on that link. That's how you join. But when you're dealing with more than one, you understand what I'm saying? Meaning, like, look, you in the cipher, you dealing with sight, sound, smell, yes, I'm saying, touch. Yes, I mean, when you say peace to the guys, yes, I mean, if y'all sit down and break bread together, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All experience is going to trump just reading something. You see what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying. It's like
when your parents used to say, "Look at me when I'm talking to you," that was so you could pay more attention, because two senses is better than one. You see what I'm saying? You're never going to absorb it like a person who walks step to step, mile for mile. You understand what I mean? Just like, look, sometimes, like, for instance, when I go in certain areas that I haven't been in a long time, right? And I'll start recalling, like, yo, I remember the guy used to rest over here, and yo, we used to do this and we used to do that, or yo, we used to be over here on this block right here, yo, we used to have ciphers over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, places, if you come through 149th Street in the Grand Concourse, if you go to the Dupes, if you go to Broadway Junction, all these different places is places where, look, when you came through, it's 25, 30 guys over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Having sight. You know what I'm saying? And all of that memory and everything, you understand what I'm saying, is a part of the experience that you building on. That's why I say, when you first get it, you speaking more from what you hearing other people say and what you read on the paper. But as time goes on, when you start building, you building more from your experience that you had of being God and dealing with the lessons.
Yeah, that's what I told the brother, and I was like, that's why I said Google ain't gonna tell you knowledge is the foundation of the things that we want to elevate from one level of existence into the next. Because I was talking about when we make knowledge born, we want to elevate we want to elevate the level of existence that knowledge is on right now, right? Like we don't want it to just be in our minds. We want it to be freed from the prison of our minds into the rest of the world, right? We want to elevate it from the level of existence that it's currently in, like so that conditions can get better. You understand, guys?
Mm-hmm.
We want to elevate it, like we would, like how sperm goes into being a fetus and stuff like that. Like, you know, like I be getting kind of aggravated behind arguing with grown folks because I would explain to them simple as fuck, like, yo, the children, and I talk to the children right in front of them, and I might even like be hard on the children and be like, you see how they ran up to me and they still fuck with me, guys? They know I'm not mistreating them. Why the fuck is you getting mad? And you know what I'm saying? It's like you correct the babies, and they see you can talk to the babies harder than some of these grown ass people, and they need to get that shit out of themselves, guys. Like, ain't nobody gonna want to teach somebody who you can't tell them no shit without them getting in their fucking feelings, especially not no fucking man, guy.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Asiatic mathematics. Hold on to this topic that you're building with right there. Don't let me forget about that, because that's some science we need to get into too. But let's get Minister A God in the room right now. He just came in the background.
Peace, guy.
Welcome to the channel.
Peace.
How you? I'm trying to learn how to do this right here. Peace, God.
Yeah, that was a strong ass peace. Peace.
Peace of the God. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. You hear us?
Peace.
Yeah, I hear you very well, God. I hear you very well.
So, Rome J just came in, but today the topic that I wanted to deal with, right? You know what I'm saying, is when saying who you really are. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna relate this to today, man, because you know, today born's God.
Indeed.
Is when you deal with this today, right? See, when you look, we're gonna relate this to age, because age a lot of times tell you about stages. You know what I'm saying? It's not definite, but ages tell you about stages. So see, when you see a baby and he's 7, right? That's the young guy, but you don't really know who he's gonna be. You don't know if he's gonna know his lessons. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what he's gonna grow up to do. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then when you get 16, now you can acknowledge his equality. You start to see how he act, how he treat certain people. You see what I mean? And that's the God that he's being. That's what he's born in. See, but I just
this way. Go this way. No, you can't bring it up. Go this way.
Right. I acknowledge your equality, but I still don't know, right, all of what you're gonna do. But see, once you wisdom your power, now I understand your culture. You see what I'm saying? When you wisdom your power, now I know that means what you do with your ability. You know what I'm saying? How you start to apply all this knowledge and wisdom that you've been gaining all this time. You see what I'm saying? Now when you get free understanding, your understanding is supposed to be free. Just like what the brother was saying about caring what other people think. See, when you get to the freedom understandings, right? A lot of that little petty stuff that you was dealing with in your teens and 20s, where you had to have this pair of sneakers, you understand what I mean? Or you had to do, your understanding is free now. And you see things for what they really are. And if your understanding is not free, then I see what kind of God you've been being all the time. You haven't really been doing the knowledge, God. You understand what I'm saying? When you get power wisdom, right, you see what your power has manifested. You understand what I'm saying? You start to see that now. When you get equality knowledge, right, you see the equality of the things that you laid down from the foundation. You know what I mean? You're going to see your grandkids and maybe even your great-grandkids and all these different things, the equality that's grown from the knowledge that you first applied. See what I'm saying? All the way back to you get God ciphered. Now, when people get God ciphered and we just, the stage of life, we say, hey, listen, man, this person has lived, man. They've done it. They've done it, man. You understand what I'm saying? Now they in the time where they can see all the best part of everything what they built. So, like I said, we related that to age. But I'm telling you that see how you born God. Now I know who you really are.
I gotta hear this, right? I gotta go get my headphones, dog. I gotta go get my headphones.
Yeah,
I
sometimes
wanna hear it clearly. I wanna hear you clearly. I gotta go get my headphones. I wanna hear you clearly.
All right, no doubt, G. You see what I'm saying? The bar said applying your strength through the understanding of your culture. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So we related that to ages, right? Even though I related it to ages, you know what I'm saying? It's not, trapped to ages. It's also about when you interacting with people and how you know who they really are. When you see, you know what I'm saying, how they born God. But what keep happening? Good brother Divine, I don't know. All right, you back in now. Wise you just came in. State of the art. What's going on with you, G? Allah will manifest. What's the deal? Because I gotta stay on top of you about your degrees. Because you a good brother, but you gotta stay focused.
Yeah, my mic was messing up. I don't know what
You
I had to.
understand what I'm saying?
I was following the babies because the babies tried to go to the park, so I had went away from the Wi-Fi. They like running all over here. They like 3 and 5 and shit.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? But that's all the reality. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm talking about just if you see somebody walking down the street, first you just see them. You know what I'm saying? You acknowledge them. You acknowledge their equality. Like, all right, are they walking down the street with a certain type of face? You know what I mean? Where they look like they might be a threat. Are they carrying something that might be a threat to you? You acknowledge their equality, but see, it's when they wisdom, they power.
I gotta get a charger. I'll be right back.
That's when you understand their culture. Who they really are, what they do every day, step by step. What's going on, Knowledge?
Good.
Peace.
Peace, God.
You just tuning in the background?
Yeah, I was doing the knowledge, man. I was sitting there tripping off of what Asiatic God Mathematics talking about on there. I'm in that little side rally thing going.
Well, all right, yeah. Listen, and I did want to hit this point because these are some good points that he's making in terms of being made the useful land. In terms of, this is what I said when I said, listen, man, they use these things, right? And they affect us mentally and they decrease our mental ability, God.
Right.
They decrease our imagination and our creative power, you understand what I'm saying? And they adjust our standards, you understand what I'm saying? To where, before, at least you had to accomplish something. That you had to be nice on the court or something, and then you would get adulation. But now people just make something up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You Photoshop yourself into a picture in a place where you've never been, looking a way that you never looked. You know what I mean? And then you get likes. It's not the same as, son, throw that ball in the hoop, man. You understand what I'm saying? So when people see you, they're going to show you love, but it's because of something that you actually spent time building up. You understand what I mean? Whether it was a talent or whether you did it through skill, you understand what I'm saying? You know, this person could draw good. You know what I'm saying? Or they could play an instrument good or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's adjusted your whole receptors. So it decreases your creative power. Like I was saying, when, you know, just in terms of, look, right now, when everybody get bored, they do the same thing.
Yep.
They check their social media, like Asiatic mathematics is saying. You know what I mean? So that right there, that's taking away our creative power, our uniqueness. Now, when we put our heads together, right? How are we gonna come up with a solution? We all got the same thing in our head.
Yep.
Coming together don't even mean nothing now.
Nope.
So yeah, this is very, you know, important. Because, look, see, like I was saying with those ages, right? And I started out with the age of 7, right? That's about the age they start getting you indoctrinated into that. You understand what I'm saying? Wow. So they realized the same thing that I was just building on. They realized that in the psychological community and the marketing and promotion community, they understand that. That if we could give you a high, see what Asiatic mathematics is saying right here, they have studies out that show people get cocaine highs from social media. You know, they did brain scans and seeing how much dopamine it is, right? So look, if we get you high on something that you could never get no other way, we got you. You know, this is kind of a sidebar. It's not fully related to what I'm saying, but I heard that has something to do with why the dope problem got so bad in the 70s. Is that when dude went to Vietnam,
right,
the purity of the dope they was getting over there, you could never get back in America.
Okay.
So that your habit was necessarily going to get worse because there was no way for you to get back to that high.
Yep, that's all it is to chase on that high too. Yep.
So if they do the same
chasing
thing,
that first high.
And listen,
it's high the first time.
We just talking about the internet, but look, we talking about McDonald's, we talking about Coca-Cola, we talking about Disney World, Mickey Mouse, all these different things is things that they get children hooked to. See, even look right now, right? There's something where grown people dress up like cartoon characters. Like if you look on social media, they got something called cosplay.
I see somebody like work every night. It's a dude that works every night. I work with a dude every night, dog. This dude look like Mario from Mario Brothers or something, man. Like, it'd be crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I swear, man.
See, that's what I'm saying, man.
Man, yeah, you ain't. Man.
You got grown people. Or listen.
I'm gonna take you in the house. Shut up.
Remember when they had the Pokemon Go? I mean, it was some kind of real Pokemon where people was walking around the street.
Yeah, they said they was all up in Central Park or something.
Yeah, people was getting hit by the cars and shit. Yeah, people was getting hit by cars and shit playing Pokemon, guy.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
They going in people's yards and shit, getting shot, all type of extra shit.
Yeah.
Like they all in stores, all that type of.
I never saw a child playing that game. Everybody I saw was a grown person.
Wow.
People was on Uber doing that shit, God. They on Uber trying to do the shit while they doing Uber and shit. They're like, oh yeah, I gotta catch this pet.
Yeah, you accident crash right there, man.
I gotta catch this. I gotta catch this Pokemon.
That's not good.
Yeah, my bad for coming to your yard. They're like, yeah, man, 100 people come to our yard. I was like, bro, I got the shotty right here.
Yeah. You understand what I'm
gotta
saying?
buy this. You gotta buy this Pokemon.
Right. They was trying to find it for real.
Yeah. So that's definitely things that they do, right? To atrophy your mental power and make your mental power atrophy. Is that kids, they don't play on their own and develop. Look, even with the science with this crisis that's going on, where they saying that, listen, the kids go out and experience germs so that their immune system can actually grow and develop. You understand what I'm saying? Kids got to go out and up their own games and make up their own rules so that they can develop their creative power.
Right.
So that's right now,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we would say, yo, the solution is this easy, man. Why people don't just apply it? That's because their mental ability, man, of what you could do, the power that's in you has atrophied. Because the games they play is about the power of the computer that you're on. You know what I'm saying? Whether you playing on your phone or whether you playing on your computer or whether you playing on the console, right? You're only using the imagination of the person who designed that game.
What's atrophy, God? What's the
Atrophy
meaning of
means
that
to
word,
destroy or to like a flower that's wilting. I just used the word the other day to build on the science of build, destroy. Atrophy is like if you got muscle and you ain't building your fucking muscle, that shit is atrophying, guy.
Yeah.
God? All right.
Yeah, atrophy is basically if you don't use it, you will lose it.
You lose
Atrophy
it. Got you.
is the process of losing. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
So, like I said before in here, remember when you went to everybody's block, the way they said eeny, meeny, miny, mo was a little bit different.
And you unhook her so she can take them up there.
You know what I'm saying? The rules that we play on this court, the line is out. But in that other park over there, the wall is out. See, that's the children learning to put their heads together, right? And master their circumstance. It's on a small level, but that's how you build. That's how you build up. You see what I'm saying? So now we dealing with people that you present them with a problem and they don't have no creative power, right? To know how to apply themselves and come out with a solution.
And then they get mad when you have a sound fucking mind that use common sense and break apart all the dumb shit that somebody might try to say.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to nobody. I ain't trying to call nobody dumb, but the shit be fucking dumb. If you ain't factoring in all the goddamn things that go into the situation and the circumstance, she need to go upstairs. All the things that if you ain't factoring in everything that we can't fucking do, but you talking about what we can do, and some of the shit you talking about we can do involves shit that we can't do. This shit is aggravated, man, to somebody who's fucking thinking, guys.
Mm-hmm. But see, this is a science, though. You know what I mean? Where you got to see what I'm saying. The people who see they already know this. Meaning like this. A lot of things, even though this is a long time ago, you got to look at what J. Edgar Hoover said. When he said, our number one mission is to destroy any possibility of it being a black messiah. From a black messiah rising up from amongst that community. See, he ain't worried about somebody coming from the outside to help him because that ain't never happened in the history of time. Where some other people came and was the savior of these people. See, anytime that happened, that person who came was really a traitor. If some other person that's not from your people come and say, look, I got you, I'm going to save you, that person is a traitor.
Right.
And you will not receive the salvation that he's talking about. So whoever is the savior of the people, if it's Harriet Tubman, if it's Malcolm X, if it's Elijah Muhammad, whoever it is, they got to be raised up from amongst the people in the people's condition. See, Jesus Christ was raised up, you know, whether you believe in the Bible or not. I'm saying Jesus Christ, the story is telling you that he was raised up from the people in the people's condition. So when they say the original man who is Allah, or even if your lessons say the original people who is Allah, that's what it's telling you. That all that power has to rise up from amongst us. But if we can stunt your growth, right? By making them deaf, dumb, and blind when they were babies, right? Then we never going to get to that point of having a black messiah. And look, that's what we start noticing, right? A lot of times we on here and we talking about how it's a lack of leadership, not necessarily at the top to say it got to be a Martin Luther King, but just
that's still on. I'm gonna rejoin. I gotta bust a few minutes.
Group. You know what I'm saying? There's no real leadership. You know what I'm saying?
All right, peace, man.
Even dealing with you know, brothers with their families now. A lot of brothers don't even know how to be a leader in that context. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact.
Even dealing with your own self. A lot of people
That's a
don't
fact.
know how to be a leader of their own self. And so that's
That's a
why
fact.
even if you notice, you know, before, if you had a gang, it's people around here that know each other. See, now you got gangs with people following people that ain't even in the same country with them.
Right.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You got Bloods and Crips in Europe. They not even black. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how much the people's ability to manifest their own ideas. You know what I'm saying? Or look, it might seem simple, but remember you should be able to look at hip hop videos, right? And with the sound off, and you could tell where people was from. Just from the clothes they was wearing and how they was gesturing and everything, you could tell. But now, if you look at them, they all look the same.
Don't
You
touch
can't
on that
tell
now. Don't touch on that now.
And a rapper from LA, they dress the same, they slang is the same, they in the same gang. You know what I'm saying? That's the atrophying of our power, man. That's the reason why, see, in the 60s, brothers had their power built up. First of all, from being informed about the things that was going on around them, you know what I'm saying, and the experience that they all was having. So when things happen, like, see, if this was the 60s, right? The shit with Ahmaud Arbery, saying Georgia would be jam-packed. You understand what I'm saying? With people saying, we ain't going for that.
That's right.
But see, now they put us in a different mindset. You see what I'm saying? By taking all that stuff away. Go ahead, guy.
So the question is, as a nation, where we going now? Where we at now?
Well, that's the thing with, you know what I'm saying, the question we ask ourselves in this group. So that's what what we drew up is that we got to start providing other forms of education that's angled towards civilization. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that, you know, when say we talking about the school system, when they was dealing with the Industrial Revolution and they wanted everybody to go work in factories, right? Then everybody had to take shop. You had to take wood shop and metalworking, and they wanted you to be prepared for the world they wanted to thrust you into. You see what I mean? So we got to start having scholarships and things of that nature for like the STEM, what they say, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. You know, we got to start saying, okay, you know, we got a scholarship right here, so you could go to law school. You know what I'm saying? And then when we got somebody running from office, right? When we got somebody running for office in our community, we know that they one of us, and they've been educated. You know what I'm saying? In the history that we dealing with, instead of we send them, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, from the time they turn 6 years old, 5 years old, we send them amongst the Caucasian, right? And the Caucasian starts with his alternate indoctrination.
All right, so
you know
I got a question. Like today, wisdom power, right? Wisdom power, born God. Like what's going on now? I'm saying on the current events and what's going on now. Do we see us coming back together, having parliaments again?
Oh man. Well, I see it, but I'm saying we're gonna have to come up with our own solution. I don't know if Parliament's gonna be Harriet Tubman no more. You know what I mean? At least for the near future. Because look, if I was the principal of that school, right, and I got all these kids that I'm responsible for, I wouldn't let y'all in. You know,
that's a fact.
Like, dude,
that's a fact.
I don't know.
That's a fact.
Y'all coming from all over. I don't know where y'all coming from, dude. You know what I'm saying? I can't risk it. So
that's a fact.
You know, no hard feelings between them, but that's how I see it. We got to come up with our own solution about where we gonna have the rally now. You know, at least in the near future.
And is it going to be in public?
Well, I mean, The rally is supposed to be public. You know what I mean? So,
but I know it's going to be open to the public, but is it going to be in the public? As you know what I'm saying, if you understand what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, you know, right now,
just we just like brainstorming,
Right, right. So that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking about what you're saying, just in terms of, that's I guess we gotta play it by ear. You know what I'm saying? Because we got women and babies that be with us. You know what I mean? So we can't, get into a situation where, what I'm saying, there might be drama with the law enforcement and all that about how we doing what we do. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a consideration. You know what I mean? At least for the near future, I'm thinking that at least we should be able to be there in June. You know what I mean? I'm that's my first time when I'm looking forward to is that we should at least be able to go to Fort Greene. You know what I'm saying? But then when the fall comes back, then yeah, we got to deal with that issue again. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in reality, God, you know what I'm saying? We've been known that we're supposed to build on that land, God, and we supposed to had our own way to do that. So right now, the penalty that we serving is really because we ain't doing what we've been supposed to do, God. You know what I'm saying? We've been supposed to be out of there.
That's a fact.
Right.
Mr. Green once said, the wisdom we bear and deliver is the true light of divinity and is equal to the strength that is able to overcome all things as well as supply the source to raise and sustain the universe. Indeed. You know what I'm saying? But like I said,
You talking about Fort Greene? You talking about Fort Greene Park?
Yeah, Fort Greene Park. But we out there in the summertime anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. They saying that the beginning of June, they said, so we're gonna have to observe we're gonna have to have the masks on and a certain amount of distance between people and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And it also depends on the people. Meaning all the people, like, look, if everybody come outside, right? They can't, you know what I'm saying? But the fear that they've implanted in the people is so many people that's going to just comply. You understand what I'm saying? That's what's up. So that's another.
Damn, it's a heavy cipher, boy.
Yeah, but it's definitely you hit that one on the head. That's something, and look, that's not the only thing that I think we need to come up with our own solution, because there's no telling what they're going to institute when they bring everything back. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody needs to really look into homeschooling right now, because there's no telling what they're going to want the kids to submit to get back in there.
Right. Probably immunizations.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Some type of immunizations.
And once they got the children on certain things, then the parents gotta comply with certain things. You see what I'm saying? Like right now, for instance, they got an app that they making some people download on their phones. And in the app, they can track you. They can tell if you've been close to other people. Like if you've been 3 feet away from somebody else, then when you get going, now you got to go through the testing. And then, of course, because they doing the contact tracing, now you got to tell on that person. You got to tell that, yo, I was with this person, that person, that person. You know what I'm saying? And then they show up at that person's house and start the protocol all over. Okay, now who was you around since that time? So that's why I'm saying that it is a lot of things that we need to look into solving on our own. Like right now, we in a situation where it's a lot of drama. We need to solve it on our own, because it's one of them things we're gonna end up being like the slaves, right? Who they had to emancipate proclamation, but those slaves went right back to the plantation, told them they had to help the masses.
Mm.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, we off the plantation right now, we need to keep it moving and don't go back.
Elijah predicted this.
All right. Rome J said
Elijah
he worked
predicted
for
this.
all right.
Elijah predicted this.
All right. So Rome J said he works for the Parks Department. Well, you know, we have our rallies the 3 months in the summertime. We in Fort Greene Park. You know what I'm saying? So if you could speak to somebody who is affiliated with Fort Greene Park and, you know, let them know that, you know, this is what we do every summer for the last, 45 years? You know what I'm saying? You know, and, you know, look, we're going to observe the law. You understand what I mean? In terms of, you know, but yeah, we wanna have our rally. If you could build with somebody about that, that would be great.
Hmm.
Mm.
So you just gonna play it by ear for the third for justice and whatnot?
Yeah, for justice, you know, right now I've been out in the yard. You know, what's going on right now is you know, I'm the first one back out there. You know what I'm saying? In the yard doing the planting with the crops, you know what I'm saying? But so I can't get to the tools right now. The tools is in another part of the yard that I don't have access to. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta get the grass cut down, you know what I'm saying? And you know, a few other things organized in the yard. I mean, it's not nothing major like that. And you know, yeah, my goal for that is, you know, we'll have a small get together. It'll be a cookout in the yard, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm starting to see people accumulate again on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bars that the bars is allowed to serve drinks through the door now. And so sometimes you see like 20, 30 people accumulated outside the bar.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
But I'm
bars
saying, look, we got a big enough yard, right? That we could say, okay, we could probably have like 30 people in the yard and we still maintaining the distance. You know what I'm saying? People had a mask on, you know what I'm saying? And then we still got the front. So we can still have another couple people out there.
I seen law enforcement not wearing masks yesterday.
You seen people wearing no mask? Where you see?
Yeah,
you see?
Police don't be wearing any masks. The guys right
in New York. In New York.
What yard are y'all talking about?
What?
They not wearing masks.
On what?
You know, I mean, but see, you know what happens with anything that exists.
I got so many, it ain't even funny. I got so many masks, it ain't even funny.
Right?
I got so many damn things, man.
Do you hear me?
So many masks.
Look,
all these masks, man. I don't even be, you know, I gotta wear them to work though. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know.
You got like a 1985 Plymouth.
89 Blazer. It's an 89 Aztec. I just had it. I had it for about like 2 months, guy. I just turned it into like a little project. It's an 89 Blazer. I'm proud of my little shit.
I can tell that light look old in the mug at the top.
They said, what is that? What did he say? A 90, 89 Plymouth, 87 Plymouth?
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, you know what?
That's
Since y'all want to talk shit, I'm finna show y'all the engine. Y'all want to talk shit? Y'all ain't gonna climb my baby like that. Hell no. Y'all gonna talk about my motherfucking baby like that?
Yo, what's your name, God? What's your name?
God for real Allah. It's God Almighty, you divine for real Allah. And the U is magnetic.
Where you at?
You know the symbol of a magnet. I'm in master now. You know the symbol of a magnet is a U? Ain't nobody been out be taking my shit either. When they see that, I said the U is magnetic. I been not see nobody taking my shit either. Because if you're the original man, be original, man.
But
that's what I got.
Okay.
My 89 clean.
You you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, all these things, because that's how they take it. When something like this happens, right? The Europeans, man, the Caucasians, man, they see it as an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like the slate has been clear. Like, look, this is an opportunity right here that they got to get rid of a lot of black people.
Man,
Oh hell yeah!
You
And they've been
God, you
doing
know
it.
they had articles where the doctors and the nurses was asking, can they not treat people who had coronavirus, guy? And they okayed that shit in some states.
What's
But
up with
listen,
this? What's up with
even
this
beyond that,
650 some people who died last night in New York? What's up with that?
yo, listen, man, they changed it in New
I just
York right
seen that. I just seen that. That shit just came across my phone like earlier this
Listen,
morning.
Listen,
They was talking
Hey,
about
these doctors is being encouraged to say that all deaths is coronavirus related, though. So we gotta be careful, bro. Don't take that shit on face value, bro.
I've mostly
what are they talking about?
stayed away. I've mostly stayed away from the conspiracy theories. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
what
I seen articles on that though. I seen articles. The
will
doctors was
say-
asking. The
what I will
doctors was literally
say-
asking for permission to not treat people with coronavirus and let they ass die, guy. It was
What
an
I
article.
will
I tried to
say
find it
is
again. I couldn't even find it no more.
But here's the thing, though.
They doing triage or something?
Now, the news that we getting in New York, right? They changing it every like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Like last week, I saw a story that said that it don't really survive on surfaces. So all this stuff you've been telling us about wash our hands to
They
get
talking
rid
about
of
this shit is airborne.
Now you saying it don't survive on surfaces. Now yesterday I seen another story.
Don't believe the hype.
I seen another story that say
stay clean as
you
possible.
only contagious for 12 days. Even if you got the symptoms, that you can only pass it on within the 12 days. So this is what I'm saying.
Yep.
This stuff literally changes here every day, every week. Like one day we got a ship in the harbor. We got Javits Center outfitted as a hospital. The next day, yo, we don't got no cases. You know, they going home. So I'm like, listen, man, you know, right now it's clear that, you know, this is like chess. Where you know how when
it's an agenda. It's an agenda.
They come on the left side of the board.
Good way to draw it up. It's an agenda.
Your attention for a move they're about to hit you with on the right side of the board. You know what I'm saying? So
They got you looking over there while they doing some shit over here. Right yourself, guy.
You see what I'm saying? So just in general, that's what I'm saying is that in terms of the you know, the actual illness, right? You know, that's gonna pass. You see what I'm saying? But the effects of them shutting down the economy, all these people losing their jobs, you understand what I'm saying? All of that's going to continue to have an effect on more than just the people who return to the essence from the immediate illness. You understand what I'm saying?
One thing it's going to do is make people more dependable, guy. Pardon self.
Look, in New York, they talking about this summer, they not doing nothing for the kids. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no swimming pool, no beach, no programs, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you already got certain kids that I was reading just yesterday, where they was like some kids never showed up to the online teaching.
Right.
Saying how they was gonna pass everybody anyway. You know, you got a group of people, and look, everybody's already under this quarantine stuff. So you know when the kids get outside, they're gonna be wilding. Not wilding, but their energy is gonna be built up because they ain't have a chance. They took the basketball rims down out the parks, man.
Wow.
So imagine what kind of impact that's gonna have when the youth don't have no positivity to activate off of. You know
we got to come out in full force. We got to come out in full force to start teaching them.
Hey, you know what? Exactly, guy. I'm glad he brought that up because I ain't want to say it myself, But that's what we really have not been doing. Like, see, that's why I was telling people about the online shit, how the guy, because see, I seen the video said, who really are you? Like, I'm like, hell no. I gotta at least ask the guy this shit, man, about getting lessons online and shit like that, because you don't even know who the fuck these people is. No disrespect to nobody. No disrespect to nobody, but like that has everything to do with how do you, like, okay, if you don't even do the etymology from knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, power, equality, Allah, God, build, destroy, born, cipher, you're not going to be able to look at them lessons how it was meant to look at it when we've given it. You know? And so, like, that who are you question, that's really what we got to know. So that we know what you do know, so that we can tell you what you don't know. And then also talk to you about what you do know.
Right.
But then, you know, the guys do got to get out here and teach, because we're not even scared about this coronavirus shit. We've been eating healthy. We don't eat pork. We don't eat swine. We don't do none of that dumbass shit. But not everybody want to listen to us now. Like, so it is our time to fucking shine.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And you know, it's one of them things. Now we see who you really are. You see, look, we could go, like I said, a lot of times what we get caught up in is we get into cycles where we building with other brothers and sisters, but they all know what we know. We not really out there affecting no people. You understand what I'm saying? And see, you know, just dealing with the knowledge.
That got to change.
Yeah, just dealing.
Now the time for that to change.
That's why I be outside. That's why I be outside when we doing this, because I'm done with that inside shit, guy. Straight up. If you stay in my city, we not doing no phone shit, brother. We'll do some phone shit to figure out where you at, where I'm at, and where we gonna get up at, and what we finna do today. I'm not even with that phone shit no more, guy. If we talking about any motherfucking science, I need to be outside, guy. Straight up.
That's a fact. We gotta leave them phones alone.
That's why I'm walking while I'm on the live some damn time, so people can hear us talking about this shit.
But the God just said they got an app. The God just said they got an app that can trace you. So we gotta leave them phones alone.
Earlier today, I was with 3 of my nephews, and I said, "Hey, y'all remember that question I asked y'all last night?" And because I asked them who's the original man, right? And so I told them that I wanted them to ask me what I asked them last night. That was the only task. Just ask me what I asked you. And so it was 2 5-year-olds and 1 3-year-old. The first one to repeat it was a 3-year-old. He like, "Who is the original man?" You know, he asked me. I gave him high five. They wanted a high five, so they repeated it too. So today we walk into the store, and I said, "Hey, y'all remember that question I asked y'all last night?" And they said, "No." I said, "Remember, we were standing in the kitchen. I told y'all to come here, and I asked everybody a question. I asked all y'all the same question, and I said, I just want y'all to ask me this question that I asked y'all." And it was like, yeah. And the baby, you know, they started saying like, "Oh, who is the best man? Who is the original God?" And they ain't even get to that part yet. You know, I ain't even get to we talking about God. You know, they're like, "Oh, who is the original God? Who is the best man?" and stuff like that. I'm like, "No, I asked who's the original man," and they, you know, so somebody heard me doing that with them. When I'm like, so I was giving them the answer because they already got the question. So somebody heard me giving them the answer and showing them how to you know what I'm looking for when I asked them the question. So the brother like, he like, "Black power, brother, black." I'm like, hell yeah, bro, because they not finna be raised up not giving a fuck. See, what's wrong is the babies don't care, you know, and the youth don't fucking care. Yeah, but that's what Allah said on the damn tape. If people look at if they listen to just something, whatever you can make out, he said the babies don't care no more. Bro, when you say something like that to yourself and think about that, bro, you get the fuck out there then, and you help them care. You help them give a fuck because you give a fuck about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to hit no baby that's wandering across the street when they just learn how to fucking balance.
You know,
that almost happened with me though. You know, like I'm riding down the street. I'm gonna shut the hell up because I want to hear the guys build on whatever they take on it, guy. I don't want to sit here and talk everything up. I want to hear what the other guy. I want to hear what the guy got to say. Y'all, all y'all. When I say the God, I'm talking about Allah. I'm talking about all of my brothers, right? So, because Allah means the God, Al-Ilah. That came from the and the God. So, I'm riding down the street one day and I'm beating. You know, I got some subs
Stop
back there.
it! Don't bring that back up.
Huh?
yeah. Look, you know
Peace to the guy.
in the Quran, I just do knowledge, man. I don't know. I ain't in that lane. I don't know.
Y'all funny as hell. All right, we leave
Leave
it
that
alone.
alone.
The ancient Mesopotamians, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't religious with that shit. I'm just talking about the language. Like even when we say Asia, that's what the old ass fucking cultures was calling the earth. I know those signs behind why I'm saying some shit. Somebody else might not know what they're agreeing to on face value, what sounds and feels good to them. But the ancient Mesopotamians said ASA. That was Asia. The land of the rising sun. They're just trying to figure out where the sun rose at, and all the land that they figured out, all the land that they found and came into contact with, they called it Asia. That's why we call the planet Earth Asia. So, but moving forward, I'm driving down the street, and so like some just tell me, hey, you know what? I'm tired of hearing this goddamn music. Turn this goddamn bass off. You know, a black man love fucking bass. So, but I turned the bass off. As soon as I turn the bass off and slow down, it's a baby wobbling across the street, guy. It's a baby like this, just wobbling across the fucking street with a pamper on and no pants.
Whoa.
And so that shit hurt my fucking heart. You know what I mean? Because I was going at a good moderate speed. I wasn't speeding down the street. But when I seen the baby, I stopped. You know, say, hey, go play with your brothers, baby. You know, he went to go found their brothers and shit, you know, and they went to go finish playing. But I came back and talked to their parents. Later on, I went and talked to them. I went to go see my own earth. I stopped what I was going to do and went to go see my own earth. I said, hey, mom, I just seen a child in the middle of the street, and I really wanted to go knock on the door, but I know how people is about their children. And if you tell somebody something about their children, you might rub them the wrong way, or they might think somebody trying to kidnap them. So I ain't know what to do, you know, but I wanted to let their parent know that their baby was in the street. And so when I got to the stop sign, after I told him to go play with his brother, a car blew the stop sign coming the exact opposite way, blew past me, just, you know what I'm saying? Just zoomed down the goddamn street, guy. So, you know, like shit like that be fucking with me. But I came back. I talked to their parents. Their parents is already outside. I ain't have to knock on nobody's damn door. I pointed at the baby. I'm like, oh, that's him right there. I don't want nobody to get in trouble. He don't know he don't know what I mean if I say get out the street. He ain't number like 1 or 2. The baby was little as fuck. But I just wanted to let them know. I'm like, I don't want them to get in trouble. I understand we're under quarantine, but I come over here and get them sometime and take them to a park. Like I come and get them. I come and get them and take them to a park with my nephews. I take my nephews to the park all the time. They can come with us, and we can do simple shit like that, guy.
The stuff that y'all talking about, you and A God, you know, that's the science of the nation. That's the history of the nation. You know what I'm saying? You know, not to you know, try to belittle the Muslims or talk down about them, but you know, they was kind of to themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like you had to join the mosque and do certain things. You know what I'm saying? But Allah brought it out to the streets where the people that really needed it. You understand what I'm saying? So if we just stay internal, you understand what I'm saying? Like the guy who's saying it, and don't get out there in the streets, man, and do nothing. You know what I mean? They're not really living out the science. You see what I'm saying? Because see, the thing with Allah, man, you understand what I mean? And the reason, one of the reasons that he became known as the Father, right, is that he said, look, all of these is my children. You see what I'm saying? When he was saying, yo, look, you know, we got to do something, other people was like, listen, man, those ain't my kids. I'm not the one that's responsible for them. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, we got to realize that. Or even like, look, when I first was coming into the knowledge, you know what the brothers used to say with the older brothers? They used to say, listen, man, if y'all don't teach these babies and then they stick you up, don't say nothing because you're for.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
And that's how I always seen the knowledge born degree guy. That's how I always seen the knowledge born degree guy. Knowledge born degree to 1 through 4. That's how I always seen that shit, guy. Like I'm responsible. So if this shit is crazy as fuck out here, it's because I ain't do shit. That little young brother who I was just talking to, and I see him on the news dead, it's because I ain't help his ass. Because I'm the one that know what I'm gonna do. Wait for somebody else to teach them what the fuck I know myself. Like, how is that even God, bro? If you ain't the one that's giving good orderly direction.
Right.
Look, they be talking about the baby's supposed to pull your tailcoat. I'll be pulling the baby's fucking tailcoat out this motherfucker. I'm like, wait, why y'all ain't call my goddamn phone? What the hell you goddamn doing?
It's through our wisdom.
Right.
It's through our wisdom that you see our power. You know, it's through our wisdom that you see our power. So right there, we understand the science of God. God is the
And you gotta be approachable.
the knowledge.
You know, you gotta be approachable. You gotta have you know, you gotta have that magnetic too, man. You know, you gotta be approachable.
And, yeah. And when dealing with the people, you gotta be humble.
Right, right.
Gotta be patient.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, you got to be patient. You got to be humble. But they see the thing about the knowledge out here where I'm at. People got to see that you can fight back with this shit too, though, because that's mainly why they doing everything that they doing because that's they just using the best that they know. You know, that's really all they doing. Like they think it's wisdom. They think it's the best of the knowledge. What they doing. So we got to show them that we also can fight with this shit too. So that's why I come how I come. Because I'm like, bro, I can fight with this shit. I can fight in the mind. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even got to touch you, bro, and I can fuck you up. The worst way. Where I can fuck you up where when you looking in the mirror, you asking yourself what the fuck I asked you, bro. Because we all have a heart. Even the most cold-blooded killer, God, has a heart.
Worse death is a mental death.
Right.
And that's all it is, God. You resurrecting them from a mental death, God, because you just showing them love. Something that they probably never even seen before from nobody. Some simple ass shit like just fucking leveling with somebody, God. Like even if you don't agree, say you could just tell them, hey, I see where you coming from with that. I see why you would. I see why you could do that or why you can think that. But here's another way.
Not to change the subject or nothing, but I was just reading this book that I just came in contact with. What's the book? It's our book. It's written by the nation, by the gods and earths who were there. The history of the 5%, Allah and the 5%. Y'all brothers familiar with that?
You talking about this one? You talking about this one, God?
Yeah, God. Yeah, God.
That
right there is the bomb. That's the bomb right there, God.
Yeah,
I just started getting into that, man. I can't stop reading that, man. That's some good history right there.
Yeah, it is. And take your time with it too, because it's some jewels in there, man.
I ain't seen it.
It's some jewels in there.
You ain't seen it? You got to get it. You got to get it. It's like a Bible.
You gotta get it. Yeah, get it from a law school. I got mine.
Hey, you know what? You know what? I'm into all that. It's just that I'm getting so many jewels by looking into this stuff myself, God. I kind of want to hold off on it. You know, because like what I know
you hear what I
is
said?
that if you make something simple for me, that makes one less thing that I can make simple for myself. And so that's all I be seeing in a lot of. And I'm not against it. I'm gonna read that shit, guy. I'm just I ain't gonna say I'm a scientist like trying to beat my chest type shit, but I'm interested in learning, guy. Like I'm so interested in learning. I don't even want nobody to break it down for me. If I can break it down myself, I want to learn about that shit, guy. Okay. Like the etymology of the word born. That means to bear. Like born means to bear. That's exactly what we're doing with the knowledge. If knowledge is one and the same as understanding. When understanding one is the same, that same knowledge is what was born and what was encoded. Like when they say born means to bear, and you bear that and you bore that knowledge, that's kind of like how I see it lining up with the supreme mathematics, like elevated from one level of existence to another level of existence. Like Darkim, he said Darkim Be Allah. He said something about something, but it had reminded me again about how we got to free it out of our minds. We can't just be like where the fuck we at. You feel me? We can't build a prison home for the knowledge God with our heads. You know what I'm saying? It said Yaqub did not build prison homes for people who fell victim to the law, and it was enforced on everyone who fell a victim. It's like we can't hold the knowledge in prison to our head when we see motherfuckers doing something, even saying some shit that's wrong. Because if you gonna speak the truth around me, I'm a home, and like wherever you at, that's what regardless of what. So you got to be the same person who you is around me wherever you at. That's the only reason I be acting all hard and shit and talking, because that's who the fuck I am over here, guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't be trying to act hard against nobody and like try to talk tough to nobody. None of this shit. I'm just gonna be the same person who I am, right here, over there, over here in this cipher right here. And now why? if I'm fucking in the layover in goddamn Cleveland, if a mother me about some, if a motherfucker call his Allah 5%, if he don't know mathematics, I'm ready to lay my life down until he stop calling himself that shit, guy. And I ain't saying like everybody else got to be like that. I'm just saying like I'm really serious about that shit, guy. You feel me? Like I've been in states where that's happened. That's the only reason why I'm saying it. It's not no theoretical shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been in states where I seen motherfuckers like, oh yeah, I'm 5% too, and I'm like, yo, peace. I'm happy as fuck. Like, well, what's today's mathematics? He like, I don't know. I don't even know what's that, bro. Just stop calling yourself Allah 5%, bro. Straight up, don't even do that, bro. Just stop even doing it. Cause I'm in my head. I'm not even mad that he said it just now. But how many people think that you are Allah's 5% now?
Right.
You feel me?
Yo,
like
guy, listen,
that's what I'm thinking about. How many people have you told that?
Listen. You just hit on the reason why I started doing these videos. I was against all of this, G. I was against all of this, G. I still really kind of am. But you know what it was? I got to the point where it's like, yo, son, that's the source.
That's why I was telling you to get a Facebook page. Way back in 2010.
On the platform where they doing this at, and I got to let people see that, nah, son, these niggas was never official. They never was one of us, man. You know, and the only reason they allowing to run this scam is because y'all don't know what the real thing is. That's the only reason.
If they don't see the light, they'll never even understand and comprehend the dark, guy.
Every time it was some BS, guy. Whether it's the Muslim guys, whether it's the whatever this other thing, it's always the source of it is the internet. So I start seeing that, hold up, man. There's got to be a balance here. We can't just let them have that forum because that's where everybody's with the body minds is at. So even though I would prefer to stay in my zone, it was like, nah, son, I don't like what y'all doing and how this is coming out in the nation, man. You know, to where things are coming off the nation, then we got to deal with it in real life, at the rally, at the school. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah.
They come in that motherfucker like non-cypher.
Right.
Right. We stepping on roaches, right? We stepping on roaches, but we didn't get to the nest, son. We didn't get to the nest. This is the nest right here. See what I'm saying? Where now all of that, you know, I haven't heard nothing about none of that.
It ain't funny, man. It ain't funny, guy. It's just real. That's why I'm laughing, because it's really real what you said. Like, I'll be so fucking mad. Like, instead of like turning to a fucking Grinch, I gotta laugh, guy, because shit, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's
One
like,
of the other.
Gotta turn that bitterness into betterness, guy. Hey, you know, like, okay, so fuck it. I'm gonna use the cipher out here where I'm at in Master now, guy. Like, I hit people up to like, yo, let's get together for this. And it's, you know, it's almost like it's a competition, brother. It's so much of a competition between like competitive to be just like
a good idea. A good idea
in their
is
cipher.
to start with exercising classes. A good idea is to start with exercising classes.
You
for
damn
the youth.
sure right.
Exercise.
Why you say that?
That's the history.
Because it's doing two things, mentally and physically at the same time. And teaching mentally and physically.
And also that's the
same
history.
Time.
A lot of times what we gotta look at is we trying to, you know, we too much in our egos, right? And not realizing that you ain't gotta make up everything right now. The blueprint was already laid. And that was one of the things. The brothers came around, I'm talking about the early brothers, they came around to learn Kung Fu.
That's right.
They was going to the park. It was certain brothers, a brother named Zumar.
That's right.
Subar came after a while. There was another brother too. I can't recall his name.
But they said they came to learn Kung Fu. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, they was teaching Kung Fu in the park. And so people
martial arts.
Yeah, and everybody was hearing that Allah was ridiculous with the art because remember he had learned it over there in Korea. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
So-
I heard he did some shit named called. I heard he did a like an intertwine of different of like 2 or 3 different arts called that he called twine. If it's not a lie, I don't know. That's what B guy told me.
It's
said it was
it's possible. You know, I asked
Okay.
a couple of people. You know what I'm saying? I heard a couple of different things. You know what I'm saying? Somebody
he
told
said-
me Taekwondo. You know, I gotta ask a few more people. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, everybody we dealing with people memories, man. That's 55 years.
Okay, so the science behind the word twine or behind calling it twine, what I was told was he called it twine because he intertwined what he learned in the military with what he learned over there in Korea with them people that taught him over there in Korea, and he intertwined those 2 styles and he called it twine. That's what I learned from what B God has showed me, guys. But I mean, I ain't one of them people that's like, if somebody told me this, oh, this is definitely a truth. And when somebody told you that's a goddamn lie, because I wasn't there. Like, I ain't one of the people who to argue about that dumbass shit. That shit's stupid as fuck to get mad about. Like, if I might, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is stupid as fuck to get mad about. You know what I mean? Like, now if something, I don't know. I don't get too deep into that shit because it's about teaching children.
Right.
It's about this is about what can I teach a baby? So that's why I'm not really gonna be arguing about all this different shit because it's like that's not even that really that important for real. You know, I don't even see myself. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to the babies, that's you know. He was cold as fuck. He was personal. I was gonna say he's a personal security for Elijah Muhammad. What can you say more than that? Like, my man's a personal security for Elijah Muhammad. That man must have been cold as fuck, dropping motherfuckers on their back whenever he chose to. And he went to the military, so he was a killer. All kind of medals of honor and shit. Like, man, that man, like, not like no cold blood killer, but that man was good with his fucking limbs. Like, don't get too close. Shit. Man, to take your ass out type shit. Return your ass quick as fuck type shit.
Right.
But part yourself, guy. I ain't trying to, yeah.
But yeah, though, that's the science, man. You know, what the guy was just saying, you know, that's getting down to the nitty-gritty of actually having a program, right? See, another thing with the guy is saying when you're dealing with sports, right? And you deal with you know, activities like that, or like we talking about with scholarships. See, these is things that draw the babies up to you. You know, these is things that make parents say, look, man, you ain't doing nothing good. Why don't you go over there with the 5% and do something constructive?
Yep.
See, when we get to that level, do you know how a parent send their child to the army? Well, I don't know if they still do that. When I was growing up, you know, your parents, when they felt like, look, you know, we need you to grow up and be a man, they'll send you to the military. And the military got all these opportunities. It's a job. You learn a trade in there, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So by that same token, that's a level that we need to strive to where a kid is backing up and their parents say, yo, listen, man, you need to go down there 5%, but we had to hurt you, man.
Hey, you know what? That's exactly what that's what the women in my family do. And everywhere I go, like the last place that was like out of the ordinary type shit that like even engaged a woman on that type of stuff was I was at my storage. I got a storage where I keep stuff at. Obviously, you know, a lot of people have storage. So I'm leaving up out the storage, but when I'm leaving up out the storage, I had held the door when she walked through. Like, I'm from the South. I don't do that shit on no fucking simp ass shit. Like, I know why I'm doing it. I want to encounter the germs. I want to encounter the germs and the danger and all that shit because I know that my body is made stronger than her body. So my immune system, you know, all that type of shit. I'm healthy. You know, I don't eat pork. My immune system ain't compromised. I was a vegan for like 10 motherfucking years, and I started when I was like 18. So like I know that my immune system is way better. That's why I grabbed the door. That's why a man's supposed to grab the door. You also encounter the danger first. So I just grabbed the door. Boom. And so she's like, oh, thank you. I was like, oh, that wasn't nothing. Like, she like, oh, damn, you for real? Like, men don't do that no more. I was like, well, shit, I teach little boys. She was like, no. First she was like, oh, yeah, my sons need that. I was like, well, I mentor little boys. I was like, next time I come over here, I have something for you, you know, a syllabus or something for you to go over, you know, and that syllabus, it's going to pretty much just like gonna be no fucking shit in paper. I'm gonna show her the videos of me with the damn babies. You feel me? I'm gonna show her how I be with my own nephews and shit. You know, she gonna know they in good hands. She gonna see their ass. She gonna be like, okay, yep, all right. You know, and I already let her know, like, hey, hopefully, you like, do they like to fight and stuff like that? I'm asking all of that. You know, and we ain't gonna get no babies beat up and have them fighting each other, no shit like that. You know, it's just I want to know about the temperament. You know, so I can, you know, understand a little bit more about them before I even meet them.
You got other brothers out there in your cipher with you? You got other brothers out there in your cipher with you?
Man, it's one brother. I'm trying to get him, you know, trying to get him on with a like mine, but the brother kind of be arguing with me a little bit because I wasn't the first person to get to him when it came to knowledge itself. It was like some shit online, guys. So we kind of be having shit back and forth because he don't want to let go of that shit, guys. So until then, man, I'm not moving with no brother unless we hear it, guys. Fuck that. I ain't, you know.
Right.
And there's another guy like, but he old, man. He too old. Like the guy that's old, man. He too fucking old to be out here walking around with me. He will.
Yeah.
But that's the fucking problem.
No, you
the
need
guy
youth.
like 63.
You need youth. You need youth.
Right. You got
to
16 and under. 16 and under.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I've been saying. Like, that's what I've been saying. Yeah, I got my little nephew. My nephew is like 12 years old. He be listening and shit, doing the knowledge. Like he be even helping me with the videos. And right now I'm teaching him the math, and he don't even know that I'm teaching him the math. You know, because then I'm gonna ask him, do he want it? Because you can't ask somebody, do they want some shit they don't even know what it is. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can't. That's a lazy way of doing that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people is rejecting it, because people not really. They don't even know what the fuck they rejecting. They rejected some shit they don't even fucking know about. They at least need to know that. At least know that. At least show them that. Hey, to intelligently reject some shit, you at least gotta listen to it. You at least gotta hear this shit. You can't hear a person say 1 plus. Oh yeah, 5, 15, 31. 30. Like motherfucker just said 1 plus. I ain't even get to say the last part. Let me finish this shit. What I'm trying to say. You know, but you know, so yeah, man. Like, and what I mean by that is they'll see what the fuck I'm doing and they want that. They'll see I'm making these decisions and they want that, but they don't want to do the fucking labor. You know, I'm intelligent enough to see that. No, your ass got to do that labor, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that labor. Fuck that. You got to do that labor, man. I can't sit here and be like, I can't download the understanding into your mind, man. So if I come and fix this, if I come and help with this and help with this and help with that, I could just show you and you can just fix all that shit yourself. I can show you the base of why all this shit is happening. And I can show you the base of all this shit is happening. I can give you the same way I found out the base of all this shit is happening. You can figure out whatever the fuck you want to figure out from there. You know?
You know,
that's all we teaching people. That's all we teaching people is how to figure the shit out for your motherfuckers. That's all we teach people. That's it. How to figure shit out for your goddamn self.
Some of that is a product of teaching people that's too old. See, when you get the knowledge at a very young age, right? Then the knowledge becomes your measuring stick for everything. Meaning that if you hear somebody say something, right, and it doesn't coincide with supreme mathematics, you throw that other thing away. When mathematics is the first thing,
it ain't right.
Yes, I mean, when you older, you already got like a worldview and stuff. You already have a way that you look at things, and now you looking for mathematics to coincide with the way you already look at things. You understand what I'm saying? As opposed to when you're out in power and you haven't been in all these other nations, so I don't need the mathematics to coincide with nothing. I just need to be able to use it and see the evidence that it worked. You understand what I'm saying? And then when I deal with other things, it has to fit into mathematics. But see, if you first went and studied all these other philosophies, then you're looking for mathematics to fit inside these other philosophies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even when you studying other things, like if you studying Egyptology or you studying moral science or whatever it is, right? And you're not centered, you're not grounded in having your own measuring stick, then you will find yourself going from nation to nation to nation to nation. Every time you read a new book, you change your whole philosophy. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're not grounded in what is your measuring stick. You know what I mean? What is the thing? So, you know, like the guy, he, you know, he just whatever happened in his connection, right? But
He might have lagged out.
you know, one of the things he was saying in terms of keeping things current events, like what about the problems that we got right now? Like I hear all that sound, but what about the problems that we got right now? How we going to get rid of? You know what I'm saying? You know, if so, this is what I'm grounded in, right? So what I'm saying is, okay, you could tell me something about the people 15,000 years ago. You can tell me that in, you know, 3000 BC this happened, 1100 BC that happened, and that's all fine and good. I'm not discounting that. You see what I'm saying? But what I really need to know is what is the lesson in that, right? What is the lesson in that that could apply to today? You know what I'm saying? Just like, look, I was just thinking about this thing. I don't even know what made it come in my mind. I don't even know what made it come in my mind. A story, there's a dude that was an athlete in Greece. Matter of fact, that's what made it come in my mind. I was looking at the news and it was saying that Turkey invaded Greece yesterday or something. I didn't see the whole thing, but look, it's about to pop off. It's getting live out here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ready to pop off. You know, America talking about they about to do a recruitment drive for the military. You know, it's two things behind that. First of all, you know, they talking smoke with people. The other thing is they got all these people out of work. So to get you off the unemployment rolls, they can put you in the army. So that's two
get
things.
in the army, man. Sign up. Put your life on the line. Why not?
Hey, I'm God. I'm essential out here.
Put your life on the line.
I was saying. There was a dude in Greece, right?
Hey, they ready to sell you on off anyway.
There's a dude
my job
in
is
Greece.
essential out here.
Look, there was a dude in Greece, right? And the story is that this dude got super strong by
Peace, God.
there was a calf that was born, like a baby cow. And every day he would pick the calf up on his shoulders, right? Until the cow was fully grown. And that's how he built up to be the strongest athlete in Greece. Now, I don't know if that guy ever really existed or he ever really carried a cow. But the lesson is about how you can progress one step at a time. You understand what I'm saying? By starting off small and developing up to the full grown. That's the real lesson that you could take from that and apply whether that person existed or not. You see what I'm saying? And like you were saying, in terms of, you know, another thing you were saying earlier, which is why I don't get too complex, is that, yeah, this knowledge is designed to teach the babies. Yeah, you can go all the way up to a college professor, right? You could go all the way up to a college professor. You see what I'm saying? But
yeah, right.
It's just like gravity. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna explain gravity to a small child, you start telling them 9.8 meters per second square and the mass and they're not gonna understand all that. You got to be able to understand it. You got to be able to explain it on a level where they can understand it. That look, you know how anytime you see something, it always drop to the ground. That's because it's something called gravity. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, everything that you see, it's always pulling on each other, even if you can't tell. So you guys explain to them in a way like that. And all your scholars.
and look, grown people ain't gonna talk to each other like that. So when we talking to each other about the fucking lessons, guy, they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna understand it the same way somebody who got it when they was little. Because that's what I was telling them, bro. I said, when you get it when you little, you hear somebody talking to you like you're a fucking child. So you already know how to teach it to a child. But people grown as fucking like the approximation with the assimilation and the ejaculation.
How you gonna did all that? They ain't gonna be able to catch it.
They're not gonna understand this shit is for babies, guy, because they missing the point that we just trying to teach them the concepts, man.
Right.
We just trying to teach the babies the concepts of this shit, man. Right. You know?
And then they got to go on to live it out. which is why we gotta. That's another reason why we gotta keep it simple. You see what I'm saying? Because you know,
we're gonna fuck up their understanding if we don't.
Yeah, and also how are they gonna live it out? It's like, look, if the teacher gives you the homework and you don't understand what the homework is, how you gonna do it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it simple so they can know. Otherwise, they're gonna end up like me. They're gonna end up with Christianity that you learn all your life, but you don't know what to do with it.
But it says what these
So you on the podcast.
Like, so look, like when I got Supreme Mathematics, guy, I started trying to learn shit I didn't know about. That's all I did when to test out Supreme Mathematics. I started striving to learn about shit that I don't fucking know about. And I'm talking about real shit like construction, painting, like real shit, guy. Not going into another fucking book that's confirming something. I'm talking about really doing shit. Relationships, talking to people, confirming that this shit really works, how the process of going from knowledge to born works, how you introduce, even writing, and even homework. Like with fucking school and shit, guy. Like they was like, what? And when I got to college, they was like, what is the self? And I'm like, they're like, what is the self? You speaking my language now. Like I'm in the safe with the gods now. Like that's all I did. I just put myself in the safe and I started building in that motherfucker. Right. And the teacher was like, hey man, if you don't stop doing what you're doing, I ain't gonna have no job. Like, and I'm gonna shut the hell up after this. One day, I had got up in the class, and I had ended up smoking before I went to class this day. It was kind of different. So the teacher, I was kind of talking different shit in the class, and so the teacher was like, "Do you want to teach the class?" And I was about to get the hell up out my seat. They was like, "Man, sit your ass down." That's that part out of yourself, you know, because you know what I'm saying. That's the beautiful, or just teaching yourself, not even just knowledge yourself, but teaching yourself and learning about these things, man. Part of yourself, I ain't want to diverse from but yeah.
Yeah, we got.
You can't go talk to college professors, but yeah, you can't go talk to. But if I talk to a college professor, it will be to confirm the simple ass shit that I'm trying to say, so I can go give it to a baby. That'll be the only reason I go talk to college professor.
No.
We got peace.
I'll make sure to send. It would be to make sure.
You gotta unmute yourself.
Peace.
Peace. You gotta unmute yourself.
Unrich yourself.
On the peace God and the book of peace God.
Peace.
All right. Wait.
Peace, God.
Peace, young
Right,
star.
Yeah,
Okay, you said you got to do what, guy? You said I got to
What's the deal?
Peace, God.
My bad. Peace to the gods. Peace, God.
What's the deal? The peace, man. The knowledge. What's going on?
You said I got
with my young God right here, man, with pops and you know, like the God said, man, like, you know, the story of the cab is like, it's like you start from that repetition, and you start like he was right here to listen to it. And I was just building with him about it all day. It's like, you know, we don't get great by mystery. You know, we put that work in, you know, and that's how it happens. You know, you got to go hard at it. So when I heard the God build on that, my little young God right here, you know, so that's what it is, man. You know, peace of the young God back there.
Yeah, say peace.
Peace.
Yeah,
peace.
Peace, God.
Peace.
Yeah, he ain't here listening. He's doing the knowledge. He's doing the knowledge.
Peace.
Peace. I'm gonna get off of this. He's doing a family thing though.
Yeah.
Hey, he hear the guy speak enough shit. He know how to approach the guys in the cipher.
Hey, little brother, peace. Hey, little brother. Where he at back there?
Yeah, he back there.
He's back there.
Yeah.
All right, peace, little brother.
Say peace.
He hollering too. Peace.
Yeah.
Y'all love y'all. Keep building, man. We gonna keep building on, man. No weapon form shall prosper. Like the God said, we talking about today, man. At 114, it might be who the 85%, but guess what? You know your culture, and we know we dealing with what now. We dealing with now, so we making it. We striving for right now. Whoa.
Right.
Yo, I love y'all. I ain't gonna hold it up. I ain't took it up. Family time. Love y'all, man. Peace of young God. Peace of all y'all. We gonna keep building, man. We gonna take over. Father say, yo, we gonna take over.
That's
keep
why
building.
we are
Keep
building. You
coming
should make
together.
it so a 3-year-old can
That's what we
understand.
gonna do.
Yep.
Peace, K-Bar.
That's right.
Yep.
And that's the first one, because the knowledge and understanding is one the same. So when we speak for the babies to get it. We ain't speaking for grown-ups.
Right.
And K-Bar,
we ain't
that's
talking
all
for
I
no
be saying.
grown-ups.
That's all I be saying. Like on Facebook, me and K-Bar be kind of bumping heads a little bit, man. And he might misunderstand the guy. Like, God, you might misunderstand me, man. I'm not. See, when I'm talking shit, if you open the door to talking shit, I'm like my people is military. That's what we do. So I talk shit with my people, guy. I don't. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't fucking affect me. I don't be in my feelings like, oh, where you at? Let me meet you and fight you type shit. I'm like, oh, that's what we doing. Let's talk some shit then. Because the last thing I'm thinking that if you talking some shit to me, that it's supposed to affect me some type of way, because that means that if I talk some shit to you, it's gonna affect you. So I'm thinking it ain't gonna affect you, just like the shit don't affect me, guy. I got tough skin, I got leather skin, guy. Like, you know, so like that shit don't, you know. So when we get the shit talking, I'm a shit talk, but it ain't never no personal type shit. You feel me? Like I'm just gonna shit talk with my brother. We supposed to be guy. You know what we look like calling ourselves the son.
I learned that, right? I learned that in jail. My man said, yo, it ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. I ain't know what he was talking about. I said, yo, what you mean by that? He said, you know how the boy head dude go hunt the rabbit? Yo, I fell on my knees laughing when I caught the jeweler. What are you saying?
Yeah.
He was like, yo, it's cool when it's on me.
Yeah, when the prey got the gun,
like,
it's
yo,
different.
that shit ain't funny.
Hey, when the
prey. Another key thing about that thing right there. When it says when you building, you should make it so a 3-year-old child could understand. Let me tell you something.
That's what I was commenting on.
Yeah, listen.
Because that's the truth. But that's all I be saying all the damn time. That's the only time I argue with any goddamn body. It's like, man, this shit needs to be simple, bro. Because we teaching babies this. Let's not forget, guys, while we're correcting grown people, that this is for the children, right? So at the end of the day, we need to have things that's made in a simple statement that we have a consensus with.
But see, let me tell you something that's important. And even I don't know why he used that particular number, but I'm gonna tell you something about explaining something so that a 3-year-old can understand.
3-year-old can understand. Listen, I love how you put 3 and understand.
If you can't explain it so that a 3-year-old can understand, you probably don't understand it that good yourself.
Whoa. And that's why people shouldn't be talking about shit that they don't know about. And it's hard to do that.
Child, you really
it's not hard to do that.
The knowledge and wisdom, you can't break it down to the basic elements. You don't see. If you can't explain it to a child,
right?
Like I said, you're not gonna be able to explain the whole thing into the intricate details.
Yep, you're gonna think first. You might have the great ass fucking idea, but you're gonna think first before you say it to their ass.
Right. You got to do the one. Better do the one.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Lord, that's like the what makes rain house. Well, what makes rain house no earthquakes. So babies might like that snow.
Right.
Or just like we
was like the rain. They might go play in the rain.
When we was talking about the other night, how
the babies love that degree. Period.
Just like I said, listen, we have to be able to define terms. You see, a lot of times we go out, right, and we speak to people from our understanding. But look, we say that we deal with a book.
Look, God, they trying to break you up because I know you letting off explosive. They trying to break you up a little bit.
Oh, nah, that's too many of y'all talking.
I mean,
you got that background noise in your mic. Hold up, let me turn y'all off for a second. You know what I'm saying? Well, where was that now? Y'all maybe because y'all know my mind be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of explaining something to if you could only explain things, right, to people who see what you see, then you're not explaining it. You see what I'm saying? So what we deal with, right? We say it's the book of life. You know what I'm saying? Now look, two things that we touched on today. You know what I'm saying? One thing, you know what I'm saying, the brother was saying that, you know, while you might not want to get lessons off the internet, well, if, you know, when I was getting knowledge, we called the lessons life. You don't want to trust your life to just anyone that you don't even know, just some random person. You know, why would you trust your life to that? You understand what I'm saying? And the other thing to add on to that is that every book, right, needs a glossary of terms that applies to that book. Meaning you can't take a law book, right? You can't take a law book and look in the glossary and then apply that to a medical book. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to get the same understanding because the terms don't even mean the same thing. So these is all levels that's what I'm saying. When you going out there and you just speaking and you don't know how to break down what you're saying to the basic elements. You see what I'm saying? Because when you manifest something, right? Communication words is to get an idea across to you. You know what I'm saying? So if you speaking and you're not getting the idea across, it doesn't matter how fancy the words you're using is. Yes, I mean, you could be using huge words, you could be all eloquent, you could have the perfect voice, but you're not getting nothing across. So at the end of the day, right, you think you're teaching, right? But see, Charlie Brown told you what you're really doing. You just sitting there going, wah, 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 wah. You're not really teaching because the people ain't getting no understanding. You wisdom and they don't understand it coming from that. So what's the best part?
I understand it.
This is, oh yeah, that's the power y'all talking about. Y'all talking about, yeah, man, power. That's another brother, man. That's another brother, man. Shout out to Power, man. You know, Powerful. He was one of the, you know, in like when you look back at the time, you know, we didn't know what was coming. But I'm telling you, man, Powerful was at the beginning of a wave, man, of brothers that we lost in the last couple. I'm talking about good brothers, man. It started.
What's the power?
It started with the other Powerful that had the store on Powerful the Great. That had the store over there by what's that a guy by Rockaway? Saratoga. Yo, guy, he returned in like a week and a half later. Powerful return, the other Powerful, and then it just started coming, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Allah real, yo, and then this last like 6 months, man, 6, 7, 8 months, we've been shredded. You know, that's what's important about that book. That A Guy Education is talking about, man. Like, you know, listen, man, you know, like I was just saying earlier that, you know, sometimes I ask the older guys, like, you know, how that feels that, yo, you know, you was at 5% when it was 100 of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And now you see, you know what I'm saying, years, time, space, everything has been conquered by which I was teaching. You know what I'm saying? You know, let me tell you something. We back down now. Meaning it might be 100 of them left. And so, you know, getting the last of these jewels, man, you know what I'm saying, and really applying them, man, and being out here teaching, man, I'm telling you, man, you know, see, if we don't, and see, because, see, we not religious. You see what I'm saying? Like A Guy Education said a minute ago, through our wisdom, you will see our power. Through what we do, you see our ability. You see what I'm saying? So see, we could end up being a book that somebody writes 100 years from now, how it was a civilization called the 5%, you know what I mean? And you know, they started off over there, and then you know, eventually though, whatever happened to them. Just like we read books about all types of nations and civilizations that came and went. And the vast majority of the time, why they coming and going? Because they strayed away from their beginning principles.
That's the God degree, God.
You understand what I mean? So if we don't, you know, it ain't just, you know, sometimes I use that word, but sometimes you gotta get that word out your vocabulary. All that preordained stuff and all that. See, just because the law existed, right? Just because the law existed, and just because he got us that school, that see, you got to build, but then you got to maintain. That's a thing too. Sometimes it's harder to maintain something than it is to build it. You understand what I'm saying?
That's why we always maintain it. That's why we always maintain it. God, we hear that. Like brother say, yo, get that out of your vocabulary. Say, yo, you elevating. No, I'm maintaining. That's sound like
still
stagnant a little bit.
Right. There's still levels. You see, because look, Allah come in his own good time. So Allah came in that time and mastered it for us. So that now we right here, right? We ain't doing none of that. See, me, don't get me wrong, I came around the guys for, I probably was maintaining with the people that you know what I'm saying, with 5% for like a year, maybe even a little bit more before I got the knowledge myself. But see, when I got it, it was right there, God. I could study all the lessons in a couple of months, God. All the knowledge that it took him 36 years to accumulate, I got it like that, God. Because he already mastered that for me, so I ain't got to do it. But if we don't continue to master things, so the young that we seeing on the video today ain't got to do it, then we going to end up being a book. And trust me, listen, that we going to be in a book is that's guaranteed, G. You cannot tell the story of 20th century America, 21st century, even, listen, around the world. You can't explain culture and civilization and all the history without speaking on the 5%. G.
See that?
We got to do things to make sure they speak about it from our time. See, we all speak on what Allah did in his time because he already came and showed and proved. Now, what is the people going to say about what occurred in our time? See what I mean? They're going to say, what is the history that we wrote? So if we don't write no history, then it's going to say they disappeared. How many books you read about different people and civilization? What happened with? We don't really know what happened to them. You know,
They become extinct.
or what happened to these people? Or
they came and went.
Yeah, they got conquered and enslaved by these other people. See, that could just as easily be the history because everything is real. And it's not that, yo, we got the knowledge, so we pass through the pearly gates. It's going to be heaven because we keep the knowledge and wisdom, maintaining and building in the root of what we're doing. See, that's something where people, you know, to me, some people, they retain, you know, certain Christian concepts. Because, you know, you spend a long time. You spent your formative years. You know, you learn how to speak. Some of your first words was Christianity.
Say that, Lord.
See what I'm saying? Just like, see you raising your young, some of their first words, I bet, was supreme mathematics. See, we bring our babies to the rally. in the first songs, they start singing is the enlightener. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, we could easily end up on what they call the scrap heap of history.
How you doing? I'm peace. I'm gonna get it fixed too.
Okay, boss said that's why we only. That's why we.
No, Lord, your wisdom sounds so sharp, man. Sound like it's hard to catch it. On here, keep breaking up. I don't know if that's just me. That's just so swift, and I know what you're building on. So I don't know if it's just me. I'm in here.
A lot of that is the background noise that's coming from y'all. What's your names? You know what I'm saying? True indeed. A God said that's why we here to build on a large foundation, which is 120. You know what I'm saying? But today, you know what I'm saying, I got a couple little missions I gotta run. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, I ain't even gonna be outside long, but you know I gotta catch the supermarket. You know, they shut down on me at the bell hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna send out a reminder at some point tonight. We up. Let me see what the account. Okay, so we on 1,000. We on $1,036 now. So like I said, we on tap with the prediction to be at the halfway point. You know what I'm saying? So again, May 31st, 4 p.m. The next alert that I send out, it's already gonna have the links. It's gonna have the link for you to come in the room and chat, and then it's gonna also have the link if you just want to tune in or whatever. Where, like I said, we're gonna be dealing with how we gonna incorporate, where we gonna incorporate, and what is gonna be the structure of the organization and how we make decisions. You know what I'm saying? That's the meeting we're gonna have on the 20th. Nah, I ain't. You got to get what's that?
It's just a new joint.
I'm reading the comments. My bad. Part itself. I'm reading the comments.
All right, no doubt. I see you said, "Hey, God." But yeah, those is the what you get? All that stuff on it, or you getting regular?
Might get like a roast beef.
And they going in on the comments like they have it a whole different. I see what you going through now, Darkim. When you be on here, you be like, they going in on the comments. They going in on the comments.
Cheaper than using that Grubhub shit, 'cause it's mad expensive with the fees.
But so yeah, we're gonna have that meeting on the 24th, dealing with that. So like I said, anybody that got anything else that they think we need to put on the agenda, because this really, you know what I'm saying, the way I see it, you know, this is like a committee. You know what I'm saying? We got a committee that's gonna form the body. You understand what I mean? Then, you know, we got to get the bylaws and all that drawn up. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, we already at the point where we got the money that we need to incorporate, and we got money to start off the bank account. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, we'll get into making decisions on what we're going to do. I like what 793rd was saying. You know, I think that's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Where he was saying, about haircuts. Like, that's another thing that I know we got a lot of brothers that got that kind of skill. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when it's back to school time and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, we got to start extending things like that out to the babies. You know what I mean? I'm saying that these is, you know, some things we could do, we could prepare that by September. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, as we continue to grow, we move into bigger and more things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, right now I'm gonna check out for a minute, go handle some And I see y'all
Peace,
tomorrow.
God.
Oh,
Peace
hold
to the
on for a
cipher.
second.
Peace to the guys in the cipher.
Let
Peace,
me,
wise you.
let me get this link to you too, Mr. Green One. Yeah, we gotta go funny.
Peace, state of the art. What's that brother name, man? Damn, this Allah will manifest. Peace, Allah will manifest, God.
Yeah, Allah will manifest.
Yo, Darkim, yo, peace, God. Yo, how do I, like, you know,
Son of
like
the
Cash
soul.
App dude, like I'm kind of an old fashioned dude. So how do I like it? I got like the physical, tangible joint to, you know, to add on. That Cash App shit, like my shit done. I don't got no bank account, so it's all for me to go reload. And they tell me do all this. I'm like, they send me through hoops trying to do that. The
You know
physical
what?
cash, like I could.
Hit me on you got my Instagram, right?
Nah, now I ain't even on
Peace, God.
Instagram.
Peace, God, K-Bar.
You not on
I do like
YouTube.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
Seriously.
yeah, I'm good. Yeah, no Instagram.
Let me see so. Yo, hey God, I see what you said right here too. You a master barber. So that's what we gotta look into. You know what I'm saying? Getting you a chair or something, you know what I'm saying, where we could just be right there by the school or, you know, wherever location is convenient for you. But, you know, we have a universal flag out there so people know, you know what I'm saying, this came from the guys. You know, we got to start extending out like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what you said about getting a 16-year-old to help me build, that's exactly what I'm going to do, guy. I'm not even finna reteach nobody, God, that's trying to argue about this shit, man, because you just said it already. I'm just looking at the comments and shit. And yeah.
All right. Hey, guy,
He's like, what? No, okay.
I mean, the way we, like through our wisdom, you're gonna see the truth. So whoever we around, we gonna teach if they not up to that. But you know, it's for the babies though.
So my man said, I wonder if it's wise enough to be universal enough to teach babies in the physical and babies in the mind difficult test. He's saying that like okay, like a newborn that's a little older and shit, you know, like of course you can teach somebody who's willing to learn, but
Right.
even the baby who's trying to fucking teach you while you trying to teach them, a real actual baby, if they trying to teach you while you trying to teach them, that's not the right moment. That baby got to be ready to listen and their ears got to be open so that they can accept the damn teaching. Because you can't teach nobody that ain't fucking listening and grafting the teachers as you giving it to. You gotta, you gotta wait till they're ready to listen to that shit.
Right.
You know, and I mean that's anybody that when the student is ready, the teacher gonna be here.
All right.
Type shit.
So,
that's how it's always gonna be.
You know, I'm trying to think. Did you call you know what, you text the number? Peace, you heard?
Oh, indeed. All right, text it to the
the 929.
Oh, all right. I gotta do it through the. Yeah. 929.
Hit the 929.
I ain't see that number.
The 929.
Can I give it the gold? Can I give it the gold and go shoot it to you?
Go?
Yeah, can I give it the gold mine and he shoot it to you?
Gold mine? Yeah, ask him if he got the what's the name? Yeah.
Or like certain numbers. Yeah, you know, he's super old fashioned too.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know if he got. That's why I said, look, just text the number. The 929-33642.
Hold on, let me. I gotta write this. All right, 929.
For the video.
Oh, is in there? Okay. All right.
So yeah, when
you
text that,
all right.
when you text that, I'm gonna see how my cards work, like which one work with what, and I'll let you know.
Right. All right. Okay, Lord.
All right. So yo, peace everybody.
Right.
Well tomorrow, we on at 7 o'clock.
Go tell the gods peace. Everybody peace.
Peace, God.
No peace, pops. No peace, pops.
Peace to the guys. Peace to all the guys.
Peace,
peace, everyone.
Peace.
It's an honor to build with you, brothers. It's an honor to build with y'all. Peace. Love y'all.
Peace. So tomorrow is the class. Tomorrow's civilization class is 7 o'clock. So be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, everybody check your email. check your emails. If you donated, because I'm gonna be sending you the links and everything. I'm gonna be sending out reminders. You know what I'm saying? But we going on. It's a Sunday. It's Sunday, May 31st, 4 p.m. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.